Assalamu alaikum. Hello guys, hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk about babies and toddlers connection with books. So this is going to be an informative video, and I have decided to divide this video into two parts. So first part is going to be part 1, where I'll be sharing certain generic things about books and babies, and also I'll be answering a few queries which are very common in every parent's mind. Whereas in part 2 video I'm going to share my baby's books collection, and I'll definitely be including certain clips where he enjoys reading his books, and also I'll be letting you know like what kind of books he has, what all varieties of books he has. He actually has a huge collection of books, so I'm actually excited to share his books collection with you all, and I hope you're excited too. So if you don't want to miss that part 2 video, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, and also this one small bell which you have to click so that you'll get notifications whenever I post that video. Now without any further ado, let's get started. So it's always better to introduce books to babies, considering it as a fun learning activity for them. Now most of the parents have certain questions like when to introduce books to babies, what is the right age, what kind of books to introduce, why to introduce books, where can we get those books, what are the types of books, etc. So in this video I'm going to answer all those questions. Now let's go one by one. So the first question which most of the parents have is when to introduce books to babies, which means what is the right age to introduce books. I have seen certain parents who give books to their babies when they are 3 months old or 4 months old. I really feel like, how can a baby get introduced to books at such an young age? If in case you are a parent who uses one particular book to sing a lullaby for your baby, to comfort your baby, or by singing or by acting or pretending, then it's fine. If you're using it for yourself and also for your baby, then it's completely fine. You can introduce at whatever age you want. But if in case you're giving books to babies at such an young age, it's of no use, right? It's not going to benefit them, neither they'll have fun. So please wait for the right time to introduce books to babies. I introduced books to my boy when he was 10 months old. I initially started with one alphabet board book. I did not introduce flashcards to him, but I would definitely suggest you guys to start books journey with flashcards. But there are certain advantages and disadvantages of flashcards, which I'll let you know in part 2 video. So I introduced one simple board book which had certain images. It was an alphabet book, but I found that my baby did not show any interest in book, and he was just throwing the book and holding the book. That's all he was doing. He did not show any interest. Obviously it is not the perfect age for him to get introduced to books. That is the reason why he did not show any interest. And later on, when he started growing, he started getting that interest in books. He found out that this is something which is going to excite him, this is something which is going to keep him busy, and this is something which will attract him. So after 15 months of age, he literally started showing interest in books, and that was the period when I started getting more and more books for him. And 18 months age was the perfect period where he started to pick his favorite book. He started to turn the pages by his own. So 18 months was the perfect age to play with books, to have fun with books. So according to me, I would suggest you, or I would tell you that 15 months is the right age to introduce books to your babies. This is a very common question. So first and main thing is that it will develop your baby's imaginative skills. Like it is not that it will develop your baby's brain power, no. Apart from that, it will develop your baby's imaginative skills. Your kids will definitely imagine, like if they are watching rhymes, they'll imagine something, and when they look at the book, they'll imagine something. So it helps to develop the imagination skills, and also it will help your baby to differentiate between the real world and the real world. For example, your baby might have seen a cat, and then after 5 minutes when he opens his book, he may see a cat image in his book. Then definitely at one point of time, at one particular age, he'll understand that real world is different and real world is different. Real world mein he has seen a cat, a real cat, but in books it is completely imagination, and it is a real world where he has seen a cat's image. So this is a very good and very powerful tool to help your kids learn to differentiate between the real world and the real world. Apart from this, yes, obviously books will help your kids to improve their motor skills, to improve their intellectual skills as well. And also it's a fun activity. Using books, your babies can do anything they want, and also it is a very good thing to keep your babies occupied. So first I would recommend you to just buy 1 or 2 books based on your baby's interest. Like you can get him flashcards, or you can get him board books like alphabet books or animals book. 1 or 2 books is fine. First introduce those books to him, see how he reacts, see and observe his interest for a couple of weeks, and based on his interest you can start buying more and more books, and you can give it to him. By seeing different books every time, he'll get excited and he'll start loving books. So that's what I did, and it really worked well for my boy. And then I would recommend you not to repeat same type of books. For example, if you have already got board books, then please don't keep on getting board books. Try some different varieties of books. There are so many types and varieties of books available in market. Please don't repeat the same type of books. They'll really get bored. And then introduce books which they can hold. Please don't go for the bigger size books. Please don't go for the heavy book like hardcover books. Please go for paperback books. Don't buy the bigger or the larger board books. Buy some small handy or medium sized books which they can hold easily. And make sure that you choose books which are very colorful and attractive. Books should be in such a way that they grab the attention of kids. Which you should keep in your mind is, select books based on your baby's age. If your baby is just 1 year old, or if your baby is just 2 years old, select basic books for him. Like sound books will do great. Don't go for story books. You can give sound books, you can give touch and feel books. You can help him recognize the colors. You can give color books. So something like this will work. Based on your baby's age, you have to select books. Story books will also work. If you are reading out the story, then definitely it will work. And if your baby is showing interest, then it will work. Unless and until your baby shows interest when you are reading, then it's of no use. And the best thing about books is, there are small books, like they are very handy, and they are called, a few books are called as bath time books. So to make the bath time more interesting, to encourage your kids for bath, then you can simply hand over a bath time book to your baby instead of toy. It is a very good replacement of toy. Your babies will definitely enjoy. Please make sure that you get some waterproof books. Please don't give paperback books during the bath time. Give some board books. Small board books will do wonders. So I would actually recommend you to have a daily schedule. Just add this book activity in your baby's daily schedule, and it will work fine. Like as I told you, you can hand over the book during meal time. If in case you're traveling, you can give a book to your baby when your baby is traveling. You can also use during hospital visits. You can use books to babies while you are shopping, or when you are eating outside. And you can give books during bath time. You can also give books during bedtime. Like there are some learning books, like flashcards or board books. Then there are pop-up books. There are flip books. There are sound books. There are touch and feel books. touch and feel books are so nice. They actually develop your baby's fine motor skills. Sound books also, it actually sound books tracks babies towards books. So sound books are must try for babies. And yeah, as I told you, there are story books, there are coloring books, there are picture books, there are rhyme books, flip books, yeah, flashcard sound books, I've already told you. So there are so many varieties of books. I have almost all these books in my baby's collection. Please do watch my part 2 video if you want to know more about it. So first thing which I would like to convey is that you cannot expect your baby to be with books for a longer time. If in case you're reading out a book to your baby, please don't expect them to sit and listen to you, because they are just babies, they are not grown-up kids. So first thing is, babies will not sit for a long time. They'll hardly sit for few seconds or for few minutes maximum. And then second thing is, let your kids decide on which book they want to see. Like let your kids pick up their favorite book, let them turn their favorite pages. So it's all up to them. Just leave it, just give them some space, let them explore, let them decide which book they want. And please do not force your babies to learn. If in case you're teaching something to your babies, like A is for apple, this is apple, then please don't force them to please don't force them to learn. If in case you're asking a query to your baby, like point out horse for me, then please don't expect your baby to point out at horse, because they are babies. They cannot just simply answer your questions anytime. Please don't force, no forcing. Let them explore. It is not necessary to read for them every time. It is not necessary for them to read. And even when you're reading, if your kids get distracted midway, please don't feel bad. Kids will definitely not wait for you to complete the story. And babies have their own likes, babies have their own dislikes, so respect their likes and dislikes. And then it is also helpful if parents explain in a dramatic way to kids. Like if in case you're reading out a story, you should not read like once upon a time there was a king. You're not supposed to read like that. You can just create some expression, some feelings. Once upon a time there was a king, something like this. Or you can show in actions, there was a king, or something like this, there was a king. So you have to be expressive, you have to communicate through your actions and also through your eyes. Only then kids will get attracted to whatever you're trying to convey. They'll concentrate on what you're saying. Let them talk about the pictures. Babies usually have their favorite part in one particular book. Like 1 or 2 pages will be their favorite, or 1 or 2 characters from a book will be their favorite. So kids will they'll just go and watch out for that particular character or for that particular picture for a longer time. Please don't force them to turn over, or please don't force them not to look at that image. Let them enjoy. And ask your kids to show or to point out at certain things which you would love to hear from them. There are babies who respond, there are babies who don't respond. So please don't get upset if your baby does not respond. Let him take time. Okay, no forcing. It is a very good idea to ask questions to your kids. If in case if in case you are introducing a colors book to your kids, just tell them this is red, this is green, this is yellow, this is blue. Just tell them, give them some real life examples, like whatever is around you. If you are having a water bottle which is red in color, do let them know, like red is this is how red looks like. So only then babies will learn. And you can keep asking them questions like point out red color for me, what color dress am I wearing, what color dress is mama wearing, what color dress is baby wearing, something like that. You can keep on asking questions. This will build a strong communication between you and your child. Thing is to make your own books. If you have a grown-up child, like if you have a grown-up toddler, you can make your own books together. You can use some foam sheets, felt sheets, and you can make your own personalized or customized books together. You can also customize your books based on your baby's interest or on your baby's needs, or based on your interest. You can get books customized from the sellers. So all these are certain ideas which will help you to deal with babies and books. There are many who spend lots and lots of monies on books, which I feel it's waste, because you just have a baby and you never know how babies will react. If it all depends on their mood. If they want to tear apart the pages, then definitely they'll do. You cannot control them. I will not recommend you to go for costly books. Go for second-hand books, or use some books which are pre-loved or pre-owned. You can either borrow from the library, you can borrow from your neighbors, you can use your cousins, niece or nephews books, old books. And also, the best way to buy books is pre-loved or pre-owned books. There are so many pages on Instagram and on Facebook who deals with pre-owned or pre-loved books. They have lots and lots of varieties. You can definitely give it a try. You can buy from them. But one disadvantage of using those books is that they are second-hand books. You cannot expect them to last for long. But yes, it's a very they sell it in a good condition. It's not that they sell tone out books. They sell in a good condition, and if in case they feel that some or the other part of the page is missing, or if they feel that batteries of some books cannot be replaced, then they'll definitely let you know, and decision is all yours. If in case you need that book, then you can buy, or else you can just skip and move on to the next book. And also, one disadvantage of getting books from Instagram and FB page is that it works like an auction. They just have single copies. They don't most of the time they don't have multiple copies, because it's second-hand books, right? And it's also international books. If you go and buy those books in market, then definitely each book will cost you more than 500 rupees, but here they'll give you for half the price. They'll give you for 200 or 250, which is very reasonable. You can very well get sound books within 300 to 350 rupees, which is like really reasonable. If you go and buy fresh books, then it will cost you more than 800, or it can go more than 1000 rupees also, which I feel is not necessary. And that's where you can buy books. You can also go to a wholesale market and buy books in wholesale. And also you can save all these books for second child or for any upcoming child in your family. You can save for them. Please don't trash away the books. If in case they are in good condition, please have it along with you, so that other kids, later generation will get benefited. Please don't trash away. Yeah, this was all about the basic information about babies and toddlers. So please wait for my part 2 video, where I'm going to show the entire collection. I'm very sure like you guys will love it. So stay tuned. See you in part 2 video. Please subscribe. Take care. Until then, Allah Hafiz.